Welcome to Hot Takes and Beer Breaks.
We were over-intoxicated and under-informed.
We're just three dudes talking news and drinking booze.
I'm John.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Justin.
All right, Justin. So you texted us drunk this weekend. What'd you say?
Yes, this is my drunk sober. It's not my drunk sober thought. It's my drunk sober recollection of a thought.
Okay.
So I texted you guys, can y'all add, is 3-pointers ruining the NBA? And changing is to was to my drunk sober thought. You gotta
comprehensive text messages, because I thought they were all together, but you're telling me these are two separate thoughts.
No, John, these are two separate thoughts.
Okay. So are 3-pointers ruining the game? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I think Steph Curry has been incredibly exciting. I think he's, I haven't really been paying attention to the NBA, but whenever I turn on highlights, I do enjoy watching Steph Curry play.
The only downside I see to the constant 3-pointers is just like the big plays are gone. It's just like one dude just kind of ball hogs a little bit. And yeah, if you have somebody who's a high percentage shooter, you give them the ball, let them shoot. But it's also like they're just kind of going down, chucking it, and then boom.
I think,
which is cool and not cool at the same time.
That can be said for dunking as well, right, Jason? Like if you have one dominant person who drives to the basket, right? You're just watching them drive and dunk the basketball. Like that can get repetitive as well.
Have you watched all of Zion's dunks?
I mean, Zion's incredible.
That's basically
but he's also in the era of the 3-pointer doing that. I
also disagree with both. Like, I don't think either is disappointing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just making that point that you could say that about dunking.
I just don't like when it's all of one thing.
Okay. Jason, how do you feel?
I mean, I miss old school basketball because I like the grind and like toughness of it. And like as they call it, bully ball.
Oh,
where you get like
diesel coming in.
Yeah, you get the back to the basket centers. Just go to work in the post. I mean, that's my favorite kind of basketball, and that's how I kind of played basketball growing up.
That's still kind of
what I model towards.
Isn't that still kind of appreciated today? Not really?
Not at all. You almost never find a back to the basket center in the NBA. There's a handful, but it's very, very rarely. Yeah. Most of them are out of the league.
I mean, you need to be as agile as a point guard, but also 7 feet tall. Basically Giannis.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Giannis is appreciated. I mean, he's not a center though. He's a power forward though, right?
I have no idea what he is. He's everything.
He's a power forward.
Positions don't exist anymore.
Yeah, position. I can't say positionless.
No, say it.
When I think of back to the basket centers, I'm thinking of Zach Randolph from years ago, Marc Gasol from years ago.
Yeah,
Paul Gasol from not that long ago. Marc Gasol's still in the league.
Yeah,
he's like 80.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out Mark.
I mean, he doesn't do much of anything anymore. But like guys like that, like the grit and grind kind of centers. Those are my favorites.
Okay. Did you guys see what Ben Shapiro did this past week? Jason, maybe you should pull up the video.
You don't want to hear the other half of mine.
Oh, my fault. I forgot.
Okay,
they're not
John.
Two separate ones. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so everyone knows the Woody Guthrie classic, This Land Is Your Land.
Yeah.
From 1942. I don't know why I was thinking about this. The song popped up, and it makes it more accurate to history if you changed is to was in the song.
This land was your land. This land is
my land.
Yeah, but now it's not any more fun to sing.
No, it's not,
John. It makes it very depressing.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's America.
That is a thought right there.
That is a thought right there.
Yeah.
That's a real drunk sober thought,
right?
Except you weren't sober.
No, actually, this one I was sober. I thought of it at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of work, Ben Shapiro still has a job.
Ben Shapiro is putting in the work. So he went to Home Depot to support them. Do you got the thing?
Wait, hold on. Why does he need?
No. It gets better. Hold on.
Right,
I'll describe it first. So Ben Shapiro went to Home Depot because he wanted to support them for not taking a stand in the Atlanta or Georgia voting rights, right? He's like, we have to support businesses that don't take a stand.
Yeah.
Did you grab the link?
Yes.
Do you have it up?
I have it up.
Do you see his picture?
No.
To describe the picture at home, it's Ben Shapiro with a plastic bag, and inside the plastic bag is a piece of wood. And I thought the receipt in his hand was an ice cream cone at first because it looks like it. And he's like, here's my wood that I bought at Home Depot to support their business. I'm like, you bought one single like piece of wood?
He bought like a 2 foot by 6 inch by 1 inch thick piece of wood. Grab the wrong size bag.
Why is it in a bag?
Half of it's in a bag. Why not just get 2 bags and cover it up completely?
When you go to Home Depot, do you buy wood and then put it in a plastic bag? Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
And by the way, he's wearing the wrong attire. You almost always wear grass-stained jeans, and you look like you're homeless.
Yeah, a day in his life.
This man has never gone into Home Depot.
I would say this is probably his first time in Home Depot. Like, why would you put a piece of wood in a bag? Like, come on now.
It's really embarrassing.
I'm the libs.
Even if you walked out of the store with it in a bag, when you took the picture, why wouldn't you take it out of the bag?
Because the bag says Home Depot, John. That's why.
He's behind Home Depot or in front of Home Depot.
Yes, but that catches your eye. Like, oh, look at this moron. Oh, he's supporting Home Depot. Oh, okay. I get it now. It all makes sense.
I don't know. I stopped at look at this moron.
Wait, so did Home Depot just not support?
They were just like, we think everyone should vote, and they didn't really take a stand, basically, which is fine. Like, they're a private business. Who gives a shit?
It's such a bad situation for the right that they're like, this person didn't say completely bad.
Wait, this is kind of funny. At the very end of the article, it's a picture that says, I'm going to tell my kids this is Ben Shapiro, and it's Johnny from Ed and Eddie holding a plank.
I didn't even see
That's
that.
actually hysterical.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one of millennial grandpa on here. It says Ben Shapiro when he gets home after buying 1 plank of wood at Home Depot, and it's Patrick Starr with it nailed to his forehead.
That's a quality one.
Oh my God. It is his only friend, so I'm glad he protected it from the weather with his plastic. I really did think he had an ice cream cone in his hand, though. I was like, he went to Home Depot for an ice cream?
Look, John, if it's anything you can learn from his WAP video interpretation,
he's a big dumb nerd.
Doesn't like getting his wood wet. It's not supposed to get wet.
That was pretty good impersonation.
Don't compliment me.
Okay, so Florida schools are not allowing their vaccinated teachers to teach in their schools. That's the headline.
You said Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I believe I alluded to this a couple weeks ago when they said about finishing the wall. This just makes my point more. We got to finish the wall.
You are right.
Florida.
Just put it around Florida.
I don't see why not.
Wait, you said this as a joke?
No, I was completely serious.
Oh, just blocking out. Oh, I thought you meant the vaccination thing.
Oh, no. We should just build the wall around Florida.
Yeah.
So I saw a video and it was some Florida police chief. I don't know which one, but he was like, yeah, you young people don't come here and vote because we don't need your voting rights. I'm like, you are doing terrible as a state.
That's not something you should say.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're like, we're doing just fine without you. I'm like, every horror story comes out of Florida.
Yeah. Anything that go like of a crazy person caught on film is either from Russia or Florida. There's no in between.
Yeah. So,
but in this article, it fizzles down to there's a private school in Florida where the two head people of it. Mm-hmm. If you got the vaccine, you're not allowed to come back to teach until they have clinical trials to see if there's any adverse effects.
That makes no sense
on the people who have been who are unvaccinated. One of their studies,
clinical effects is you don't get COVID because of herd immunity.
No, hold on. One of their studies, air quotes, was that 3 women interacted with somebody with the vaccine and their menstrual cycles were off. Yeah, that was in the article.
Yikes.
And I think that it said like they were health awareness advocates. That's what they are claiming to be.
You know what? I am a health awareness advocate. Guys, you should have 4 beers a day. That really helps promote your good health.
Oh my God.
You've heard it here from Dr. Jason.
They're teaching the youth. Oh, okay.
Did I mention it was in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, just doubling down.
So Baker Mayfield came out this week and said that he believes in UFOs and Bigfoot. Yeah.
Does he believe that Bigfoot is an alien?
I don't know. He didn't get. He just says he believes in it.
What if he's like, that'd be silly.
That'd be crazy. I did. So I watched a Hulu documentary this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it with our other producer John, and it starts off and it's Bigfoot killed 3 people. To spoil it for everyone, it's on Hulu. You don't have to watch it. It's not that good.
Whoa.
It's okay.
Spoilers. Whoa. I want to watch it.
Okay. Well, spoilers for Sasquatch on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Starts off with Bigfoot killed 3 people. It draws you in, right?
Wait, is this why you texted us this weekend saying, I know the truth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it boiled down to it was just an urban story, and it turned into a true crime situation. And that 3 people actually killed 3 people. So
3 people killed 3 people?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be fun Bigfoot Sasquatch time.
Yeah. You know, murder is fun when it's mythological creatures.
Damn it.
Allegedly mythological creatures.
Allegedly.
He's out there somewhere.
All right. So let's talk about the NFL draft that's coming up Thursday.
Yeah. Let's go, Justin.
Oh, Justin Fields. Good shot.
Yeah.
Jason, do you not care about the NFL draft?
Not really. I really don't have much of a say.
You know what your team's taking anyway.
Yeah, unless they do something stupid and take somebody else.
Who do they have?
So, to break it down, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to take Trevor Lawrence, and the New York Jets are almost certainly going to take Zach Wilson at number 2. 1 and 2 is basically locked up.
Wait, Jacksonville?
Yeah. Jacksonville.
I thought they have
Yeah, it brings a tear to my
Gardner
heart.
Minshew.
Wait, they're getting rid of him, or they're putting him on the backup?
He's going on the bench.
He's probably going to be a backup.
But Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. Is supposed to be the best quarterback in the draft, right?
Definitely has the best hair.
Oh, yeah, the flowing locks.
He does have good hair.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful looking man.
Are you excited about Zach Wilson, Jason?
I don't know.
You don't know how to feel about it?
I'm very indifferent.
That's fair. I'm not sure what the Jets saw, to be honest, to be convinced, but
couldn't tell you.
So the 49ers,
the Jets just need to see like somebody with an able body, and they're like, yeah, they can be our quarterback.
I thought they should have taken the offensive tackle out of Oregon and built around Sam Darnold, but they traded Sam Darnold away, so they're certainly taking a quarterback. So that leaves the 49ers at 3, who traded up for that spot.
Mm-hmm.
They allegedly traded up for that spot to get Mac Jones, the quarterback out of Alabama.
You don't have to tell me.
I know you got this.
Yeah.
But apparently, after seeing Mac Jones, they're now unsure, and they may be trying to pick either Justin Fields or Trey Lance. So there's 3 quarterbacks on the board. Which one do you think the 49ers should take? For all the non-sports fans, they have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I say go with Justin. He's the best pick in the draft.
Justin Fields out of Ohio State, right?
We all know.
He looks incredible. He's a Justin Fields. So to give you guys some backfields, Mac Jones, basically big white guy. I'm not really sure the appeal to him. Jason, do you see anything out of him?
Yeah, he's
got a big arm, right?
One of the most accurate. I don't remember. Like, I haven't looked a lot into him. I watched him play last year. He's very accurate, very consistent, things of that nature,
He also has 2 of the best wide receivers on his team, Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle, right?
Waddle, yeah.
Yeah.
Can he run?
No.
He can, but he can't. Like, he doesn't use his legs first. Like, if he has to move out of the pocket, he will, but he's a quote unquote pocket passer.
To me, he's just Jimmy Garoppolo. He's just a younger Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, maybe he's more accurate than Jimmy G, but you're not adding anything to your team because they have Jimmy Garoppolo on the team already. So if you're going to trade up and go after a guy, you have Justin Fields, who is much more mobile in the outside the pocket. Also, when I watched highlights on all 3 of these guys, Mac Jones, when I watched the highlights, it felt like he went to his first option. The first wide receiver he saw, he didn't really have to do anything. He just threw to where the guy he was supposed to. But Justin Fields, when I watched his highlights, it felt like he was reading the defense much more and making the correct throw on his second.
He was just in the moment.
He was just in the moment. So I like Justin Fields over Mac Jones. I think he'll be more successful.
He waits too long to throw the ball.
You think so?
Yes. No, I don't think so. I know. So 100%. He waits way too long to throw the ball.
Okay.
He waits until you have distance from the corner or safety, whoever's on your receiver. He waits instead of anticipating it. He waits too long and gets himself in the trouble.
Do you think that's something that he could be benefited though by going to San Francisco and sitting behind Jimmy G for a year, and then he would be the more successful?
I don't think he would sit behind Jimmy G.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. No.
You think he's a starter day one?
In San Francisco, probably. I think whoever goes will probably be a starter day one.
What do you think about Trey Lance, Division II quarterback?
He's not a Division II quarterback.
North Dakota State.
Division 1A.
Thank you, Justin. Division 1A.
Is it 1A? Why has everyone been saying Division 2 this week?
I haven't. I've never said that, John.
Okay.
It's the same school as Carson Wentz.
Yeah. But he only played one game last year, but 2019 he threw 22 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And he ran for 14 touchdowns, I believe. Is that correct, Jason?
I have no clue.
Okay, we'll say that's correct.
I'll allow it.
So impressive numbers for sure. But a lot of people saying he has the talent to be a quarterback, but I think you got to judge these guys on a scale. I would say Mac Jones probably has a lower or higher floor. Like he probably won't be as bad as the other two if he goes to the wrong situation. But I think the other two could, if they go to the right situation,
so it's like a
better.
Hit or miss with one of the other guys, and it's like you'll get an average guy regardless.
Yeah. In my opinion, I mean, I'm not a draft expert.
Yeah. So Trey Lance threw for 28 touchdowns in 2019. And rushed for 14 touchdowns in 2019.
It's really impressive.
And then they did not have a season this past year because of the pandemic.
I mean, I didn't throw a interception in 2019.
Ooh,
but nobody's asking me about that. I did go to the combine though.
But did you throw 28 touchdowns though? So who would you take?
Don't ask me these questions.
You're Justin Fields?
Yeah, obviously.
You're Mac Jones, Jason?
Yeah, Mac Jones. Because Trey Lance probably will be good. I don't know if he can come in day one and take the team over. I think he would be... I don't think Atlanta will take a quarterback, but I could see them, if they do, take Trey Lance and have him sit behind Matt Ryan.
Atlanta
learn from Matt Ryan.
Atlanta at number 4 also apparently has their eye on one guy. They said they only like one guy in the draft.
Kyle Pitts.
No, out of quarterback, sorry. And they said if he's there, they're taking him. If not, they're going to listen to trade offers and trade back in the draft or do something else. But yeah, I like Justin Fields.
Did they say who they want?
No, they're keeping that close to the chest. It's crazy though. Like 4 quarterbacks are possibly going to go in the first round.
First 4 picks.
First 4 picks.
Well, they expect 5 in the top 10.
When was the last time this happened? Is there a lot of rebuilding going on in the league right now?
No, I think quarterbacks are always taken pretty early every time because they're the worst teams.
Yeah,
typically.
But this early?
Well, we had Andrew Luck, RG3. Was that Ryan Tannehill that year?
I don't think Tannehill was a first round pick. I mean, most recently was 2018 with Baker, Sam, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar.
Yeah. And then
that was the first round. After that, other quarterbacks got taken. I just don't know who.
What was last year? Wasn't last year a lot of rookie quarterbacks taken too? No, it was just 2, right?
Joe Burrow and... Was Daniel Jones last year or was he the year before?
He was the year before because Dwayne Haskins was 2 years ago too.
Okay, yeah. So last year it was just Joe Burrow and I can't think of anyone else. Oh, Justin Herbert, Tua. I think there was one more.
Something, yeah. I think so.
I think there might have been 4.
Jordan Love.
Anyways. Oh, yeah, Jordan Love. Yeah, so there's 4.
Yeah.
That's why I got my 4 more years shirt on with Aaron Rodgers.
Why?
Doesn't say which team, though.
What? Damn it.
Doesn't say which team.
Wait, it's green and gold. It counts. It's Pat McAfee shirt.
Sure. That's a person.
So let's keep it going.
All right, maybe.
Justin, you're a shoe head, right?
Yeah, I'm one of those sneaker boys.
Yeah, but how do you feel that I got better sneakers than you, right? Even
mine are classics. Mine are actually worn in. Yours, you keep.
Mine got a crease.
Oh, God. Mine don't even have a crease. You're disgusting.
I know. Mine got a crease.
Oh. Get out of the things. Throw those away.
Vanessa Bryant is ending her partnership or the Kobe partnership with Nike. How do you guys feel about that? She's allegedly ending it because she doesn't feel Nike has enough stock for Kobe fans. Basically, Kobe fans don't get the shoes they want. Mm-hmm. And instead, these bots get these shoes and they sell them on the secondary market for a ton more money. And the fans get screwed.
I agree with her.
Yeah, I don't think she's wrong for that. That's a pretty noble cause.
This goes into a deeper issue with this shoe game thing. Ever since I became an
intellectual elite
shoe head.
Yeah.
And by that,
you have one pair of shoes.
One pair of nice Jordans. That's about it. It makes no sense to me that they have such limited. Well, it makes sense to have such a limited supply of these shoes, but also in the same vein, these shoes are selling out like it's nothing. the people, and they're selling them for normal prices. Like the shoes for like Jordans will range from like 150 to like 220.
Almost always under $200, which is a lot of money for shoes, but
these are like Jordans.
Yeah.
Like, they're collectors, they're influential, they're a cultural thing.
Yeah.
But they're going for these prices and there's a limited supply. That makes sense if you look at supply and demand. If there's a demand and more people want them, raise the price of the shoes from Nike's standpoint and then have less people buy them. That's not the case. They just have less supply. And then these resellers are able to use like a bot, is basically a computer program that can buy the shoes for you and keep buying more shoes. And then you could resell them on the secondary market.
Which is shitty.
That's where, that's capitalism.
Well, what do you think about my idea that, Jason, do you want to?
Well, I was going to say, so fun fact, the Nike sneaker website or the app that they have will not let you buy more
than one pair
of shoes.
But you can have many accounts and bots into multiple accounts to do all that.
That's true.
Also, wasn't that kid that was like the vice president of Nike? Yep. Like he bought a ton of shoes on his mom's credit card.
No. It wasn't the vice president of Nike. It was whoever was in charge of the sneaker app.
Yeah.
And then it was directly involved with.
And then like he got them early, right? Like he didn't even have to wait for the wait period, got a ton of them and then sold them on the resale market.
Yeah, making a shit ton of money.
Yeah, so don't be poor basically. But my idea would be maybe instead of Nike having a limited supply, they have a time period where you can put in your order and you say, I want this at this size. You get one order for one pair of shoes and they'll make it for you and they send it to you. So instead of you having not having enough supplies, they go, okay, we have X amount of number of shoe orders for this day. And then it ends 10 minutes after or whatever. Right. And they cut it and then it goes out.
That would make sense. Cause if you're there, cause the way a lot of these, we've been trying to get shoes once in a while.
I've succeeded. I don't know about you guys. I've succeeded.
I've
only gotten one.
That's your fault, not my problem.
But some of these will go. The shoe will go up, and then you can try and buy your size, and then it'll be whatever.
Yeah.
If they run out, they run out. Other ones, you enter a draw, which is basically like a raffle.
Yeah.
So you have 10 minutes to enter this draw, and if you win, if you're able to get the shoes, you get the shoes.
Which is kind of shitty. So Vanessa Bryant's right.
I almost prefer the draw one.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a chance.
Yeah, the purpose of the draw is to eliminate the bots.
Yeah,
it's not working.
It doesn't matter when you get in. It's just random. It's just like,
well, we don't know if it's working or not. But like, if somebody has 100 bots, like they have a better chance of getting shoes than somebody who's just one person trying to get the app.
Listen, Nike, call me in. I got an idea to fix this. All right, you look good. We all look good. You can raise the price of shoes, like Justin said. Yeah. Like if you raise the price of shoes, like I'd pay a little bit more money if I got the shoes that I wanted. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a very elitist way of looking at it.
But also, it does the hype around each sale. And now it's almost like because people are going to resell the shoes anyway.
Yeah, it makes it much more exclusive.
It's exclusive, and also Nike can guarantee every shoe that they make is going to get sold.
Yeah.
So
so their numbers look better.
Yeah.
I don't care about regular people. They're just like every company.
Yeah, they just want to get their stuff out.
But if there is a ton of people not getting the shoes, don't you think they would sell more shoes?
No. Because those people are just going to go and turn to buy more shoes. You literally, didn't you say to us when we tried to get a pair of shoes?
I didn't do it.
That you just wanted to buy another pair of shoes just because?
Yeah, but I was going to go to Adidas, not Nike.
Yeah.
So they're losing my business either way, but I didn't do it.
You're one person in a very, very small thing.
You're not wrong.
So they don't care.
Yeah, you're right. It's more or less just annoying.
But I mean, if Kobe shoes no longer exclusive with Nike, and maybe they do start seeing repercussions for their actions, maybe they adopt some kind of similar system. Rewarding fans or something,
or just something with like you let Kobe's like specifically they could do that kind of.
Maybe you could sign up for like a membership or something, and you can pick 3 shoes and you get those shoes guaranteed.
I don't like that.
What if it's like like $10 for the year, and
you're putting
you get to throw in for 3 shoes out of the year, and you pick them and you get those no matter what.
You're putting something in there that allows people who like maybe someone's like someone who's been working, someone in like high school who's been working, they have a part-time job or something, and they're like, I want to splurge, I want to like enjoy like my money, I want to buy this pair of shoes. You're putting a pay gap that's something a little bit harder for them to get to.
Okay, that's fair.
It puts the person at the bottom who they deserve shoes.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just trying to figure out a way. Like, I think there's a solution here. I was trying to say like
I like the made to order.
Like the made
that's good.
I think that's the best way to do it. That
or
way,
like even if you pay more money to guarantee a shoe.
Yeah. Well,
or go into the raffle.
Well, that's what I was trying to say with the subscription service. Maybe you have the same system as you have up here, but you pay $10 a year, and 3 shoes out of the year, you get to guarantee that you get them, and the rest are a raffle system like everyone else. So, like, let's say you like 3 shoes and I like 3 other shoes. I get to get the shoes I like, or whatever, because I'm sure a lot of sneakerheads want to buy multiple shoes throughout the year.
Multiple shoes throughout the week.
But let's say I want to get 3, but I like 5. I pick my top 3, and the other 2, I try to chance it.
Yeah.
Similar system still.
That could work.
Do you like that? Okay. Maybe something like that. Nike, reach out to us. We got the solutions.
Yeah, give us money and shoes.
All right. So let's get to the best Josh of all the Joshes. The Josh fight this past weekend. Did you guys see it?
Yes, I will describe what happened. A rogue multiverse agent goes on a manhunt for alternate versions of himself, getting stronger with each kill. Only the last version of himself, the LASD cop, can stop his crusade before he becomes the one.
Sounds like a good time.
It does sound like a good time.
That is the Jet Li classic from 2001, The One.
Well, so this started with a meme last year, right? Not a movie script with Jet Li where it's fun action. Instead, we had pool noodles and rock, paper, scissors shoes. And hold on.
Sorry, John. That happens with age.
My mic's dropping.
To everyone listening, John's mic is going a little limp.
You saw that too, right?
Yeah, just slowly drooping.
All right, I got it. So the Joshes were fighting. They had pool noodles and they had everything.
What do you mean the Joshes were fighting?
So Josh, what was his name? Hold on, I got it right here. Josh Swain, a 22-year-old college student from Tucson, Arizona, messaged others who shared his name on social media and challenged them to a duel. He sent it all out. He basically said, "Meet here at this time in a year. We're going to duke it out, and we're going to try and get try and figure out who's the best Josh." It was a joke. Meme blew up all over the internet.
Yep.
Not a bunch of Josh Swain showed up, but a bunch of Joshes showed up. It was ended up that Joshua Vincent Jr., he's a 4-year-old, ended up winning the thing. His father was so excited because he said it's one of those experiences his son is going to remember for the rest of his life. And then it ended up being that 200 to 300 pounds of food for the food bank of Lincoln was raised, and $8,000 for the Children's Hospital and Medical Center Foundation in Omaha was raised.
That's awesome.
Right? It's a cool story. Like, they had a lot of fun.
Can you imagine the flex that Josh Jr. is going to be able to? Someone's going to be like, "Is Josh here?" It's like, no. I am the Josh.
I am the Josh. That's so much fun. Like, I know in a world we share a lot of sad stories and a lot of crazy stories, but
tune into the end of the episode.
That's called a foreshadow.
Yes, a Josh shadow.
But positive story. Good things come out of things, right? Being named Josh.
And fighting. Fighting always wins.
Do you guys think you would win if you were in a battle of Jasons or Justins?
Oh, I would definitely win the Justin fight.
You would win the Justin fight?
Yeah.
Even if Justin Fields showed up?
Yeah. I'd take him down. He's too unpredictable. His floor isn't that high.
Oh, okay. Going off my draft analysis, that's not good.
Yes.
All right. Jason, you think you would win?
Yeah, maybe.
You have to fight Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that's why I said
and
maybe.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe.
So
Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
So my full name is Jonathan, Jonathan. Would I have to fight Johns that are John? No, I wouldn't. I'd be in a separate category.
Phonetically John.
So it'd be John and Jons together?
Yeah.
Is there any famous Johns?
John Stamos. John Malkovich. Oh, you're dead.
Oh yeah, you're dead.
Oh, okay.
No question.
Right.
John Cena.
Yeah.
I can't fight what I
coming.
can't see. All right. Let's talk about a really shitty story. Wow, I paired that up poorly.
Parody.
Good story to a bad story. So Muhammad Azaya, he was on a ship for 4 years. What happened was the company that was funding the boat that he was on, ship, gigantic oil tanker.
Oh,
it would be cool if it was a yacht.
That would be cool.
It was an oil tanker, and they weren't paying the funds, I guess, to cross they were held in an Egyptian port. I guess they had to cross the
Suez Canal?
Thank you.
Oh.
Call back to the last week. Was that when we talked about it?
Maybe whenever that big ass
pilot. He was there for that.
Oh, he was there?
He was there for that. He watched it happen. So he was trapped in a boat because the people who were paying weren't paying the fees. Mm-hmm. And then the captain was off on land and he got stuck, I guess, being responsible for the ship. And they basically said, you have to wait here for 4 years until we get our funds or whatever.
Why did it take 4 years?
I'm not really sure. I guess this happens all the time, though. There's 280 cases or 250 active cases around the world where crews are simply left to fend for themselves, quoted in this article.
I would leave the boat.
They couldn't.
Are they still getting paid?
No, they're just left there. Like they didn't have any like internet access or anything.
I would turn the boat around and go home.
They're stuck in the port. Like they're literally like
they can't leave. Oh, they were in the middle of the Suez Canal?
You know how like when you don't pay your parking tickets, they put the clamp around the tire.
No, I just put on my spare tire.
Yeah, but doesn't it go around the side?
Don't ask questions.
Okay, but you know how they put the clamp around the tire and you can't leave. Like your car's stuck there until you pay your fines.
Yeah,
similar situation. Right. So they're on this boat. They
just have a big wave pool and it's pushing it back while it's trying to get through.
Apparently, the story is like when there was a gigantic storm, they got pushed out to sea and he swam to shore every once in a while. And when they weren't watching and he would like get snacks and check in on the news and stuff. Yeah. No, I think they supplied him food and water and all that such. Like they weren't going to let him die, but it was basically prison on a boat. And he was there for 4 years, but he just got freed earlier this week.
Good for him.
I mean,
I would renegotiate my contract.
He saw his brother pass like a couple of times. They couldn't like see each other, but they knew they were passing each other.
Oh, okay.
And he says he's still going to go out and be on boats and stuff. He likes his job. He isn't going to do this situation ever again.
I'm going to work for a company that'll actually pay me. Hey, people, put this man's resume out there because this man is loyal,
dedicated.
He will work. Hire this man, give him a raise.
Sir, would you leave this company? I was on a boat for 4 years, so
I wasn't even getting paid. I didn't eat.
Yeah,
you were hired.
I think it was all the crew workers were there, but he was in charge of the boat. He was put in responsibility of this boat, and he was just like, I didn't do shit.
I'm just here. I'm the oldest.
Let's take a beer break and talk about the beer we're drinking today. Jason, what did you bring for us?
I brought Dilated Eyes by Colorblind Artisanal Ales.
And how many beer breaks would you give it?
I don't really know.
How many dilated hazy double dry hop Imperial New England IPA?
It has a weird taste. Like you drink it and then it has a weird aftertaste and then it has does it have like 3 tastes to you? Like it hits your palate and then it hits your throat and then it's like it's going down. It's like
I get the hazy, then I get the double dry and then the hopped Imperial.
I'm not crazy, right?
Well, you are, but this is a beer.
I'm not crazy on this point though.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know, because like when I first sipped it, I was like, "Ooh, this is weird," and it's kind of growing on me. It's not a bad beer. It's a hazy double dry hopped Imperial New England IPA.
What do you guys give it?
A lot of words.
There's nothing cool. It's just is that a hop? It's a hop in.
It's a Rorschach test.
What's the thing where you do like the little you take the Q-tips and you dap the paint and you make a painting out of little dots? You never did that?
What
in
are
school?
You saying?
I made a painting.
You talking about like pixelism or whatever it is?
Yeah, I think so, right? It's like comic books, right? Like you take the dots and you did it. We did it with Q-tips in school when I was in elementary school. Sorry for being an artist, Jason.
Okay.
What?
But you make little dots, right? And
this is just a test to see if you're colorblind. That's all it is. You're supposed to be able to see the image. If you can't, you're colorblind.
I described the image.
Well, not necessarily, because you could see it in a different color.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like if you're certain colorblind, you wouldn't be able to see this.
Depending which, yeah.
The smaller image is more clear though. I feel like this is like very big and you're like, what am I looking at? And then the smaller one is a little bit more concentrated.
Sure.
I give it a 2.
2? What do you give it, Jason?
I give it like a 5. It's growing on me. Like it's not awful. I'd drink it again. It's also 8%. So
I'll say 3.
It's unfortunate that it wasn't as warm as last week's beer.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have left it out longer.
Like, how dare you put it in the fridge?
Yeah, don't you know the rules of this podcast? We give the beer the least likely chance to survive by making it warm.
I'll just leave it in my trunk next time.
Light it on fire. I want a boiling can of beer.
That can be arranged.
Okay. So AOC is going to be debating. I said debating Marjorie Taylor Greene. I wrote her down as Crazy Lady because she's big QAnon supporter.
Debate Green. Wait, her last name's Green?
Yeah.
Ironic.
Green New Deal, huh? So apparently AOC hasn't spoken about this, but Major Taylor Greene. That's
Major Taylor
Greene.
She's in the army now.
Has said that they agreed to a debate. And then Major Taylor Greene said that they're going to debate once she reads all 14 pages of the Green New Deal. Did you guys read it? Because we said we were going to read it.
No.
It took me 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot of table of contents.
Wait, when did we agree to read it?
Last night.
Totally wasn't listening.
I read, so don't worry about it. It's not a real policy. It's not anything saying that we have to do this and do this.
Is it like the Paris Climate Agreement where it's like, we're going to try and do this?
Yeah, basically that's what it is. It's a list of reasons why for what the
is it a BuzzFeed article? It's like 10 things you can do to save this earth.
Do you look like a potato? We'll tell you. That's a BuzzFeed article, right? Okay. Anyway,
I apologize to our potato-looking listeners. John didn't mean it that way.
Oh shit! I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. I was a potato for Halloween. Damn it.
So basically, it's a list of the ways climate change affects us. What the goal? What like if we did nothing, what would happen? Or like what they expect would happen, the amount of money that would expect to pay on infrastructure, stuff like that. How many deaths or how many people are likely to be affected by this, and what we can do.
What about rich people?
No, they're good.
Oh, okay. It's not going to pass.
They can't fly private jets anymore, though.
What?
Not enough airports. If we told them that, they would just automatically get onto it. But basically, it's a list of the ways the climate affects us and the ways we can kind of obfuscate the impact of climate change. That's
sounds like they want to cancel
death
something.
Basically, Major Taylor Greene, she ran on a huge platform. She won her election basically running against the Green New Deal. But she never read it. But she didn't read it. Like, I can understand if you read it and you said, this is a terrible, like, I have different solutions or I have a different opinion or whatever. You read it. You have an educated opinion on it. You know what I mean? Or an uneducated, but you read it. But to not even read it. Like, what if she reads it and she likes it?
It's like, oh, shit.
I mean, she won't, but.
This is really good.
I didn't know you could use this many big words together.
It even has a table of contents.
You can do that?
This helps people.
What is happening here?
She just converted. She's like, I want to backtrack on everything.
It's basically a way to save the country money too, if you boil it down that way. Like it's.
I mean, saving money on a lot of things, like giving homeless people, like shelters would save money because you save money on like the enforcing of them being homeless. How dare they not have a home and need help?
Well, one topic at a time.
Oh, sorry.
Would you watch this debate though? I feel like it would be a huge train wreck for Major Taylor Greene. Like, I think she would lose in a landslide. I don't know how good of a debater.
I think she'd walk out there with a gun
and shoot.
She would have a gun.
Just. She wants to take guns away, and we're like, no.
It's like, does this pollute? It's like, yeah, technically it's lead.
Like, fair. Jason, you didn't read it, but what would you watch a debate where you got You wouldn't watch it at all?
Not in the slightest.
What about the highlights where there's Ben Shapiro holding a plastic Home Depot bag?
Maybe.
She doesn't even care about the wood. She's printing 14,000 papers and not even putting them in a plastic bag.
It's only 14 pages. It wasn't that long. It was a quick read. It's also like it's double spaced. It had a header and a text. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like it was
like a high school English assignment that you had to get a certain length, so you did everything possible to make that length without actually typing
the first
words.
Page is all the people who are co-signing it, right? So it's like AOC and a bunch of other senators and
Bernie.
I don't know. I didn't see Bernie. I wasn't looking out for who was on it. I just saw that it was a list.
What if Trump was on it?
Could you imagine?
He's just like, I just want to troll everyone.
So, you know how all the Trump people are like, I'm not getting the vaccine. I don't trust it. Right?
No.
Okay.
But tell me more.
Continue. I saw someone this past week that was like, why don't you just tell them that it's a Trump appointed vaccine because it was made in his era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was made and manufactured. It was only being tested and distributed at the latest in the Biden era.
It was just,
it was starting. Yeah. They were starting to give it out, right?
In Trump era.
Yeah.
It was just mass in now.
Yeah. You tell all the people on the left, hey, Trump had nothing to do with this.
I do.
And then you tell the people on the right, hey, this was during his reign.
I do think it is odd that all the people on the left, when Trump was like, we should take this vaccine, all the people on the left were like, whoa, slow your roll there. And
I'll be honest, when I first heard about him talking about it, I'm like, ooh, don't know about that. Then I'm like, oh, he's not directly involved with it. He's just like, yes.
Oh, that was interesting.
Okay.
Went on a tangent there.
So.
But speaking of debates, that I screwed up because I started talking about Trump.
Nice.
But
tremendous.
So Congress is going to debate DC statehood. You guys think that's a good idea?
No.
What do you mean no?
Why is DC?
Why is DC?
Yeah, like the District of Columbia.
What's so special about it?
Well,
it's tiny.
It's a bunch of American citizens that can't vote on the president.
Wait, they can't vote on the president?
Yeah, they don't have any. Wait, how does that work? Oh, wait, they might not technically. Jason, look that up.
I'm glad you brought up this topic that you were so well versed.
I didn't actually look into this, actually. For some reason, I thought, you know what? Because I wanted to bring up Puerto Rico, which can't vote in elections.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, if DC is going to get statehood, shouldn't Puerto Rico? I do think DC's obfuscated from certain benefits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Jason's double checking me, by the way. This is going to be good. But people in Puerto Rico can't vote, but they're still registered to fight for the military. They have to register to be drafted.
They have all the downsides of the American citizenship, but not actually the rights.
If they were given statehood, they would be given a ton of more benefits. Don't you think that is a good thing too?
But I don't think it'll happen because there's so many like corporations that are using that as like tourist attractions that could probably lobby against it.
Yeah, definitely.
If the NRA with a dwindling numbers and dwindling,
I don't think DC will be a statehood either.
It's too small. Like, how big is it? What's the population?
It's very, very small. It was
700,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
Can they vote in elections, Bender?
So they have zero voting representation in Congress.
Ah, so I was kind of correct. I knew what I was kind of talking about. They have to vote absentee ballot though, right?
I don't know. I haven't gotten there. Every article is really, really long, and I'm trying not to read them.
So there's 700,000?
Yeah, that's what this says.
There's 1.05 million people in Rhode Island.
So it's a lot of like cities though, right? Like it's
they have the same population as Alaska. I mean, okay, yeah, let's give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, I also think their school district has to go to Congress for funding instead of like.
Oh, that sucks. Nothing gets done.
Yeah, like I think their police chief also has to go to Congress for funding instead of like the states. They go to their state representatives and their governors issued and stuff like that. They have to go to the federal government, which is a fucking mess.
I mean, even if you're not going to make them a full-fledged state, give them like these representatives to do this shit. Like give them all of the state if they're not going to.
Yeah. So basically the bill would just give DC residents the voting representation in Congress.
Yeah. So
not even a Senate?
And 51 stars on the flag.
I think so. That's just What? I'm not feeling all this.
One for good,
not mine.
We could get one more for another.
Let me guess. They'd vote blue, so that's not going to happen.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't care less which way they would lean politically. I think, Puerto Rico and DC should be recognized as states.
Yeah, if they're a citizen, like what about Guam? I'm assuming they don't get.
No, but isn't that a military thing?
Probably.
I don't know what that is. It's like the Virgin Islands. U.S. owns it.
Let's start with actual places that can be states like DC and Puerto Rico, and then we'll go to U.S. territories.
Can we remove who can I take a shot at?
Florida.
Let's make Vermont and New Hampshire like one place because I don't know which one's which.
Dakotas, North Dakota, South Dakota.
No, they could stay because one has the
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, actually, no, that's problematic in itself.
What? That one has more tourists?
Why do we have West Virginia? Why is one regular Virginia and then the other's West? It's not even that West. It's like kind of Northwest.
Could we just join New York? We could become New Yorkers.
Why would we become New Yorkers?
Legalize weed.
Too late on that. Lamont won't allow it.
Yeah, but we're New Yorkers now.
Shout out Ned Lamont for doing absolutely nothing.
I don't want to be a New Yorker. Fuck that.
Okay. Yeah, then we'll have worse pizza. Got him.
Oh, you're right.
Got him.
New York becomes Connecticut.
As they should. New York City, Connecticut.
All right. Let's get into this. So, in Columbus, Ohio, an officer shot and killed a 16-year-old teenager. I didn't look up names because I didn't know, in respect to the families, I don't know how much they want. I know it's being widely reported.
Mm-hmm. But it's also a child that was...
Exactly. Killed. And I don't know how much... I wanted to more talk about the act. Mm-hmm. Right? Did you guys watch the video? No. Jason, did you watch the video?
No.
Should we take a quick break and watch the video?
Yes.
Or do you want me to describe it to you real quick? So we saw the body cam footage right now. We saw officer shows up, sees an altercation happen in front of him. Within seconds, all of a sudden that altercation, one girl is pushing another girl into a car with a knife. The officer shoots his gun, killing the woman with the girl with the knife, killing her. And for needless to say, saving the life of the other girl, right?
Saving from injury.
You could kill somebody with a knife, to be fair.
It's also a lot easier to kill somebody with a gun.
I mean, yeah.
You could also disarm somebody.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's wrong that the police officer shot?
I mean, yeah.
Do you?
You're telling me there's no other way to stop somebody with a knife?
Okay, so I think we made it clear that we're pretty much in favor of police reform, right? And figuring
abolishment. Stand your ground.
Yeah, that one. I think we're pretty much made it clear that we're just all in favor of police reform.
Abolishment.
I think the police shooting was justified.
I do not.
In my opinion. Okay. I mean, you're talking about within seconds. Mm-hmm. Two people are on the ground and then the other one is going to kill another one. Like if I'm the person that's about to get stabbed with a knife, I would want somebody to intervene and stop that person. Now, that's not to say that the shooting of this 16-year-old girl isn't sad. Like I'm not saying you shouldn't mourn her death and wish that it didn't happen, because I am sad. Like I don't want her to be dead. You know what I mean? But we do live in a world, and she was trying to. If you're reacting within seconds, it's a second, couple of seconds. You're a police officer with no other information at the point.
Do police officers have bulletproof vests made out of woven material called Kevlar?
Yeah.
Which is
so you're saying
resistant against knives.
You're saying they should have dove for?
I'm saying you put your body between the civilian you're supposed to protect and the assailant.
Okay. You know what? I don't think you're wrong. I'll say that I don't think police officers are taught that way. And
no, they're not. They're taught to kill. They're taught to be scared of all the people.
Okay, yeah. And if we want to change the way police are taught how to handle situations, I'm all for it. And if there's a better way to handle the situation, I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. But the way we teach police officers today, right, is to shoot and kill. Like they're framing this situation as racially motivated. Do you think this situation is racially motivated? Because it's a white cop killing a black teenager.
Possibly.
I don't think so.
I'm not one to judge in that situation. But it is also, you have seen plenty of situations where there have been a lot of white people. I can't say what with this cop, but there are plenty with white people who are actively dangerous to the people around them.
Okay.
Where they will not shoot.
So if she was just brandishing a knife and was like, don't come near me, or I'm going to stab somebody kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Shooting's wrong, right? Like she's not a threat. Try and de-escalate the situation. I don't think you can hold this cop responsible for this. Like if we were to hold a trial, right, and try and convict her of him of manslaughter or murder, I don't think he'd be convicted.
I don't think he would be convicted either.
I don't think
doesn't mean that it's not right.
I'm not saying it's not.
I mean, doesn't mean that it's right.
I'm not saying it's not right, but I don't think we should be upset with the police officer. I think he
should.
I think he tried to save a life. When I watched that video, when I first watched the video, I really tried to go, oh, the police officer is in the wrong. Mm-hmm. Like I really wanted to believe that because I am in favor of police reform because I know police brutality is a thing. Yeah.
Say it.
Because I know police brutality is a thing. Because I know police act in a way. But again, that's not to say that every single situation where a cop shoots somebody is unjustified.
I think a situation where anyone is killed is unjustified. Like this girl, sorry. So she was a child who was clearly going through an emotional episode. And probably the stress of being in a fight being in the altercation with one of the other people in the house, and also a cop showing up, did not probably make the situation any less stressful.
I don't disagree with you. But I think we're also breaking this down in hindsight is 2020. You know what I mean? Like this girl might have had a mental breakdown. Mm-hmm. This girl might have been dealing with something. I'm just saying like, it's like how long is it really? Like 5 seconds? Like he shows up immediately. And I'm not saying like if she was just by herself and wasn't threatening anyone, I would be completely against it because I'm like, what are you doing to try and de-escalate the situation? But the fact that she's going to stab somebody else and possibly kill, like, how do you think that cop would feel if he didn't shoot and that other girl died? And he was like, I could have shot this other girl and saved this other girl's life.
But how do you know she was going to kill her?
Because she was gonna stab her with a knife.
Stab.
Yeah.
Stabbing is a lot less lethal than shooting.
I think we know better than most people that stabbing people with a knife is deadly.
That's a different situation.
No, I'm not saying it's not a
that's somebody who's not bracing for.
Yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, yes, a knife can get deadly. But
also, statistically, guns are going to be a lot more deadly. Somebody who has no body armor on.
Yeah, I'm not
versus somebody who's attacking somebody with a knife. Yeah. Who's trying to defend themselves.
Okay.
Pulling out a gun against two people who are fighting when you could physically get in there and try and break it up.
I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong on this situation.
I know I'm right.
Okay.
It's my opinion.
All right, that's fair. It's just tough for me to see this shooting and go, the cop is in the wrong. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Jason, how do you feel about this situation?
I really don't know. I don't know why was she shot 4 times?
She was shot 4 times?
Yeah, she was shot 4 times.
Well, that was a shoot to kill in that situation.
That's right? What I don't understand.
Do you think we should train police officers to try and shoot and wound?
I think we should train police officers not to have guns.
I don't know about going that far. I don't know.
Why not?
Because in a situation like this, like a lot of people have said the argument, why didn't he reach for his taser? But like tasers often just don't work, right?
Well, I mean, you got to make sure you make contact, but also he could have gotten into the situation a little more.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be maybe a refocus on police practices and there's a different way to handle this situation. But I'm just saying I can't hold the police officer responsible in this situation.
I can hold the police responsible in this situation.
So you're saying that this should be
the police training and what he was taught to do as an officer is the reason this girl is dead.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. You know, I don't know if we're educated enough in the police practices and what's the best case scenario. I think much smarter people should get around the table and figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Like
but
convicted criminal guy, the murder of George Floyd.
Yeah.
Convicted. He clearly murdered somebody.
Yeah. I mean,
this one is the guy doing what he was taught as a police officer. So
yeah, like Derek Chauvin, murderer.
Convicted
murderer because he disobeyed police practices. You're not supposed to be on the neck, right?
Yeah.
Police can get behind that. We can get behind that. We can all understand that was a murder. The difference with this situation is I think he acted in police.
He did how they're trained, but that's the problem. There's plenty of other things you could do here.
I think it's tough because we're having seconds long discussions about this, right?
Yeah.
Seconds long. We're having minutes long discussion about this.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I'm just saying, like, you're trying to dissect that information in right there. You know what I mean?
Then why would you train someone to shoot to kill? Why not train someone to react, to get your body in front of the person? You have armor on. You can get in there. You can.
I think there's also
disarm the person.
I think there was also multiple police officers on scene. So yeah, again, I'm not disagreeing with you. If you want to make the argument that police should be trained differently, I just think smarter people could debate that. But if people are going to try and hold this guy on a trial, this guy
won't go on. He won't pass anything on trial.
I don't think he should go on trial though. Like, I think he was doing his job. It's, again, I'm not saying it shouldn't be sad that we shouldn't mourn this girl's death. Like, I don't want to see her dead. I don't think anyone wants to see her dead. I don't know what happened to make her brandish a knife and go after somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, I don't know her intentions. Like, you're saying, like, you're trying to say, like, there's a less likelihood of her getting killed by a knife than a gun.
Yeah.
But there still is a chance.
Yeah. And there's also a chance you're going to murder a child.
I guess. I don't know. I think the officer's trying to dissect information, and I don't know. I can't hold it against them.
I can hold it against the whole police situation.
I think we're kind of going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to disagree with you. I'm just trying to counteract what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? Give a different perspective. If that is that fair?
Is anything fair?
No.
There's a girl that's dead now.
I don't. Yeah,
life's not fair.
It's really sad. I'm not saying you shouldn't mourn her death. I'm not saying you shouldn't be sad about it. I'm not saying it shouldn't have happened. I don't know how to feel about it, I guess. I don't know if I don't like the media's interpretation of it, though. You know what I mean? Like, I think people came out right away and was like, this is racist. I'm like, I don't think you can decipher that based right away.
They need to realize that it's not this one officer. It's the whole establishment.
Yeah. Now, that being said, like, if we find out this officer has a ton of,
bigotry and stuff
behind him, that might add a different layer to the story.
Yeah, then he was going to do something eventually.
Maybe. But I just think this situation is so.
Which, to clarify, we don't know if there's anything, if he has a history of anything.
Yeah, like, if he's an outstanding officer, right? Would you give him the benefit of the doubt and go, okay, he just reacted to try and save somebody?
No.
Nothing would change your mind. It's interesting. I don't disagree.
It's the way he's trained. Like, that has to be changed.
Okay. Jason, how do you feel?
Agree.
Agree with what?
Justin.
Okay. All right. So that's the podcast this week. Do you guys have any other final stories you want to talk about? No? Jason, do you have any other final stories? All right. Shout out to everyone. Hope you enjoy your week.
Bye.
Thanks for drinking with us. Find us at Hot Takes and Beer Breaks on social media and wherever you get your podcasts. Cheers.
Adios.
Bye.